Hello, everyone. Welcome to our next episode. First things first, I'm going to apologize in advance. I got pretty sick this week, but I still wanted to get this video out, get it ready. So if my voice sounds a little rough, that's why. So we are at opening day. Um, our spring training decisions have pretty much been made. We had a few injuries. First things first, Noel V. Marte is out for 3 weeks. With a torn thumb ligament, so he's gonna miss opening day, which really kind of sucks, to be honest. Shohei is still hurt. His pitching ratings took a little bit of a dip since our last update. He's no longer an 80-80 starting pitcher. He's a 75-75. Still probably the best one in the game, but just not elite. And Garrett Crochet got hurt, which helped with the bullpen log gem. And Neil De Los Santos we designated for assignment. So those were the main major moves. Stuart Fairchild we did option down to AAA. He is not happy about it, but his spring was not great. So I thought let's just send him down. Hopefully get his bat hot and then pull him back up in a little bit. For the pitching rotation, we have Hunter Green, Luis Castillo, Hunter Brown, Severino, and Bradley. All, slightly above average starting pitchers. And then our bullpen looks like Edwin Diaz in the back end with Doval and Henderson as our stoppers, Tyler Rogers as our setup man, and then in middle relief, Giovanni Moran, Chase Petty, Jeremiah Estrada, and Juan Martinez as my long reliever. Um, Still really kind of excited about what Juan Martinez could give us, even if he had an awful spring. So we'll see about him. Like these pitches and these ratings are just too good to not give him a fair shake. We will limit his high leverage innings. We're gonna try and not do that, but you know, there's only so much we can really control. As the lineup, I think there are a few platoon splits going on here. Trevino is going to be our opening day catcher. Trey Morgan is going to start at first. Matt McLean, Ellie De La Cruz, excuse me, and Edwin Arroyo at short. Cade Hunter is going to be our opening day left fielder with Michael Ciani in center, Jay Allen in right, and Damiano Palmegiani at DH. Um, I think this works. I think that Palmegiani is really the DH option versus Morgan, who also had not a great spring. So it really came down to him and Fairchild, but I figured we have to see what we have with Trey Morgan first. And then Caden left. This left field rating is totally fine. I'm fine with it. So he's going to start in left, and then the order are my three switch hitters first: Arroyo, Dela Cruz, Matt McLean. Cade hitting cleanup, Palmegiani, Trey Morgan, Jay Allen, Michael Ciani, and Jose Trevino. Jay Allen was fine in spring, but his glove is his carrying tool. So that means Serta, Jansen, Glaber, and Vogelback are our backups. Vogie was probably going to be the backup, but he doesn't have any options, so Fairchild it was. Or demoted, not backup, rather. Then versus lefties, the only real change is we're not going to play Cade against lefties for now. His career batting splits versus lefties was not great. So far last year he only played 109 games, right? But against lefties it was pretty rough. So we're gonna try and limit his exposure for now. Did he change numbers? No. Okay. Um, so that's what we're gonna do with Cade, and then Serta is gonna place left against lefties. Also, kind of limit his exposure. We're gonna try and get his back going against lefties. My problem is if they start a lefty, then Cade is not in the opening day lineup, and that just feels wrong. So I might have to change that. But yeah, so Glaber's our backup middle infielder. Matt McLean's going to play short if Edwin Arroyo needs a day. And then Vogie is going to back up at first and DH. Or should be backing up at DH against righties at least. And then Danny Jansen is going to be their backup catcher. If we can get something for him, great. Um, but if we can also get some good production out of him, that would be great too. So this is pretty much it. This is the team. Excited about Trevino's glove, maybe less so his bat. So we'll see. Either of these guys could be pretty good trade chips if necessary, or they could be starting catchers on a good team. I'm not opposed to moving them for a prospect or a starter or something like that, and then moving Cade back to catcher, and then figuring out this left field slot when Marte comes back, because it could always be Marte goes to second, McLean goes to left, and Cade catches. But it was a blessing and a curse that Noelvi got hurt, because it let us, put that decision off for another, I don't know, 3 weeks. So that's the team. Bowser didn't make the team this year. He just didn't hit well enough in spring. Nolan McLean pitched really well, but unfortunately he just had options. So he went down to AAA. And he also hasn't pitched above AA yet, so we'll get him some run in AAA and then see how he does there. I think I put him on the 40-man at this point. I think. Yeah, so he's on the 40-man, so he'll be up at some point anyway. They always are. Yeah, Cam Collier did not have a good spring either. Miguel Perez got optioned pretty early. Excuse me. Adrian Hernandez got optioned pretty early. So it's just to clear up some potential issues we have going on here. Glaber could be a potential trade chip if he starts playing well. And then Bowser can always come up if necessary. I like Glaber's defense a little bit better than Bowser's. Bowser's really like a first base type, but can slot in other places where Glaber's above average. So, if Bowser starts hitting well and Glaber's not, then we can always switch him around. But that seems to be what the team is looking like. For some reason, our fan interest just keeps dropping and dropping. I don't understand. Salaries, we have a little bit of money to play with this year. Our payroll balloons to $174 million next season. So we might have to figure something out for that. Ciani might be the dude that gets moved, but he's just so good defensively. I don't really want to do that. Could be Hunter Green, could be Diaz. I'm anticipating him opting out of this. And if he doesn't, we can free up some money there. Doval, a lot of these arbitration guys I'm probably not going to offer deals to. Doval, unfortunately, is probably going to be that. Henderson and Crochet. And I just don't think I can work out a deal with Matt McLean here. He might just be like okay, so you're 27, you got 3 years left. 26. So what would like a 6-year deal? What would you want for that? That's like reasonable, right? I don't know if I want to do it though. He might just have to go to free agency. I think Matt McLean is still he's still a minimum guy right now, but he'll get Super 2, so he only has 3 arbitration years instead of 4. So yeah, we have decisions coming up. As to the, where is it? Farm system, we have the 7th ranked system. I pulled Brault and Riho up. I pulled them up for spring training. Brault was not great, but I figured let's get him some exposure. That could be kind of fun. Actually, let's do this. I want you hitting first every day for Rookie League. Riho also was not great. He went 0 for 3, I guess, and then I sent him back down. Cam also was in spring. We talked about him. Cassius Thomas, I don't think I pulled for spring, but he'll be fine. He was at high A last year. That's probably where he's going to start again this year. There we go. And then Trey Morgan rounds out our top 5 prospects or so. Top heavy system with Brault, Riho, and Collier, and then it just kind of drops off. So that's just kind of what happens when we have a bunch of good teams and we need to supplement. The farm system just kind of depletes. So I like some of these guys that are coming up. Ethan Porter also came up to spring for a little bit, I think, too. Yeah, not great, but that's not what we expect for some of these young guys. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're looking at. Preseason predictions, we are slated to finish 90 and 72, so we're still going to be a top team in baseball. The Cardinals are projected to finish with 85 wins, so there's some rounding differences here. And then top hitters, Ellie De La Cruz is our only one listed here. And then pitchers, I don't think we have anybody. Oh, Lane Henderson listed as a top pitcher. In the stopper role, they're projecting him for 130 innings or so, which would be great. Um, if he's going to be $6.5 million next year, let's just get our money's worth now and see what he can kind of do for us in a stopper role. And then if he's awful, we just move off him. It's not that big a deal. So yeah, that's pretty much the team. Shohei Ohtani coming back and being like full strength Ohtani is the main question mark. He's got 3 months left. He'll be back July, I would assume. So right around the All-Star break, I should say, is when we'll have Shohei back. Yeah, I don't. This team is just kind of on autopilot right now. To be honest with you, there's not a whole lot of things I should do or not do. You're one of the guys I want to listen to. I think the bullpen's going to be good. If we have to upgrade, we can. Starting pitchers, let's see if there's anybody around. If I could like maybe make a trade. No, it's like Taylor Widener, and that's not really thrilling. I mean, I guess, right? But fly ball pitcher in Cincinnati, maybe not. Carlos Martinez has some stamina, so he could start. These ratings are not awful, but he's also fragile. Brady Singer has been a starter, probably better as a reliever right now. Don't like the low movement, so yeah, it's not super thrilling on the starting pitching trading market right now. That's nothing. What about hitters? Anybody yet? Castellanos, of course. I know I touched on it like real quick, but let's talk about how annoying it is that in Philly, in his 90 at bats, he put up a 175 OPS plus. Then he came to us in 300 at bats, 103, and then a 129 OPS plus and 200 at bats for Miami after we sent him away. For some reason, he just couldn't hit here, and that was really frustrating. So I think he's on the last year of his deal. Yeah, and Philly's retaining most of it. So if we needed to, we could always go and bring him back in. But I think the offense is going to be fine, to be honest with you. Trey Morgan's another question mark. We're going to see if his hit tool really develops. I'd love for him to be a little bit more like this 2025 at AAA. Hell, I'd even take 2024 at AAA. So he's kind of a question mark. Catcher theoretically is an offensive question mark, but with his glove, I'm not super worried. And then if with this increased scouting accuracy, he is even worse, Danny Jansen projects as a better bat, so they could always flip. Matt McLean and Ellie De La Cruz are going to be fine. Edwin Arroyo is going to be fine. Cade is going to be fine. Ciani, we never really know what we're going to get from him. So he had his rookie year, he put up a 115 OPS plus, then his second year a 75 OPS plus, and then third year it was a 103. So, we know his glove provides most of the value here, and maybe it wasn't the most prudent idea to give him that big salary extension. But with an elite glove like this, I figured they don't come around all that often. So with him, the bat is really the biggest thing, depending on which it will depend what am I trying to say? The bat is the thing that will drive his value the most in terms of variance. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. Jay Allen's a question mark for sure. So there's like 2 question marks and 2 guys who I think are like could have bad offensive seasons. Paul Meggiani will be fine. I'm not worried about him either. So between all these guys, like I think this offense is gonna hum. And then Serta playing against lefties will be fine. So yeah, I don't know. Big injuries that could be an issue. What do we do when Shohei comes back? Is it just a waiting game until he comes back? Because then he plays DH. Maybe Palmegiani moves to left and Cade catches, something like that, right? That could work. Maybe Jay Allen gets bumped, but at least through the early part of this season, I want to see what Jay Allen can do. I want to see what Trey Morgan can do. And if they suck by, Memorial Day ish, late May, then we make a change. But I think we're going to give them some extended run for now. There's some guys that are kind of breathing down their neck a little bit. Garrett Forrester has been a good bat down in the minors on his way up. Veogene can catch if necessary. Fairchild obviously has been our starting, left fielder for the past few years. Let's put you on the block. Let's see if anybody wants to send me an offer for him. And then I forget how to do this. Team needs. I need a starting pitcher. I think I'm not super sold on Taj Bradley. Major leaguers minimum quality. I guess an average. Average is about 50. I don't care. So we'll see if anybody sends us anything. Free agents left on the market. Brendan Crawford, 40-year-old shortstop. You'll get a minor league deal. Why not? I think he's a captain. Oh, close. Old friend Darren Ruff is around somewhere. Rusney Castillo. That's a funny name. AJ Pollock, Brandon Belt, Juan Lagares. You're a good defensive outfielder. You get a minor league offer. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know what. Middle of July, and all of a sudden I get crushed with some kind of a cold or something like that. Okay. Anybody? All batters. Jake Cronenworth is around. Raimel Tapia. Colton Wong. What kind of deal do you want? Probably like a minor league deal with like an option. Gurriel. Jorge Polanco. I'm only offering minor league deals to guys who don't want an obvious contract here. Conforto. JD Davis. What have you done? Bad. Oh, we kicked the tires on him, I think. And then pitchers. Anybody left? Just scraps. Yeah, pitchers have not developed in this sim very well. Logan Webb, I think I offered him some kind of deal. He would be interesting to bring in. His fall off is kind of crazy. He's been above average, but it's because you're selfish. That's why. What about a 2.4? Would you take that? What if I give you the rest of my money? No. It's because he's selfish. He wants more money. Okay. I don't think he's selfish in real life. I think that's just how the game operates. But then at that point, is Ranger Suarez. Is this worth giving that same kind of offer to? What about Nathan Eovaldi? I'm not super in love with Eovaldi. Cole Irvin? No. I'm just going to offer you a minor league deal, see what you say, because it's also apparently impossible to sign you, but I don't believe that. And then what about anybody else? No, this is it. Let's go look. Let's go look in the Atlantic League. Anybody worth poaching? Foster Griffin, 30-year-old starter. Kind of interesting, but no thank you. Vladimir Gutierrez, no thank you. Any potential? Reese Hoskins, John Nagowski, Patrick Wisdom, no. Jesus Aguilar is a free agent. These guys are regular free agents. Kale Badu. Nah, really nobody. What about ages? Who's old here? Darren Ruff. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's some pretty good defense. 20 years old, 40 potential. That's probably worth 250K. Where would I put you? A ball, rookie league, A ball. I think A ball it is. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that's worth 250K, I think. Even if he just is a good defender down in the minor leagues. What happened to you? Named the number 5 prospect in the ATL. So he was just like an Atlantic League prospect out of nowhere. He was released by Philly on 8/8/23. So he was a Philly prospect, I guess. Interesting. Okay. Is there a report section for here? Reports. Top prospects in the Atlantic League. Who's here? 21-year-old reliever. Also a potential bat. But he's 21. He's a little bit older. Maybe not. This dude, 23. Yeah, these guys are all much older. What about like the American Association? Top prospects here. 24-year-old closer. 23-year-old catcher. Excuse me. How about here? 20-year-old catcher. No, that's not fun. Every now and then you get one that pops here. Oh, 19-year-old catcher. What happened to you? International free agent by Oakland. I think that's real life. And then released by the A's in 2024. Then bounced around. You know what? If you pop, that could be kind of cool. That would be a fun story. Oh, interesting. A little older for a prospect, though. You're interesting. Durable. Ground ball pitcher. Okay. I think pilfering the independent leagues for prospects is that's probably where we're cutting the. Yeah, I think we're done. These prospects are pretty cool in major leagues. I love that my 18-year-old center field prospect is the number 1 prospect in baseball. I did promote him to rookie league for his 18-year-old season. I thought 25 contact, 30 power, and then 25 avoid Ks is not the best because he's still rated really low, but I wanted to get him up probably quicker. He's 18. It's probably time. Yeah, it's time. Wait. Salary history. Oh, that was your signing bonus. Okay. All right. So I think that's where we're gonna cut it here. We got some questions to make. We have some questions to answer. Some decisions to make. We're probably gonna check in right around like the next major injury or major event, and we're gonna see how that goes. But for now, I think we're looking solid. I think we can make another good run. I'm, we might need another starting pitcher at some point. You know, if Severino or Brown are bad, or even Hunter Green if he's bad. But I think that's the off season. I'm ready to get into it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for dealing with my my awful voice and my very obvious sickness. And we will see you in the next episode. Thanks so much.